Hello, everybody, and welcome to the latest episode of From This Point Forward, a comedy Buffalo Sabres podcast. No laughs are to be had recently with this team. We are at the end. We are here to talk about it. Last 2 weeks going in here into the playoffs. We're excited for it. Let's go.
Acknowledge the fact that in one of your favorite movies of all time, you thought the slogan was "Ducks quack forever" instead of "Ducks fly together."
No,
It's
You also
bad.
think they live in wells. It's the whole theme of the movie, Lou. But he had the duck call.
They go quack.
It would be Malcolm Subban, mostly because that one season where instead of letting him play for the Sabres for the last game of the year, they had him sing the national anthem. And it was a real, like, you're under contract, the season is over. We know you've only gotten to be up here a couple of times. How about you come back up here? Oh, great, I'll put my pads in the car. No. You won't need them. Just make sure you warm up the pipes when you're driving down the 90.
Mitch Marner.
You heard it, Mitch. If you want to sign here, you can drill Ryan's mom.
What is up? Hello, everybody. We are, like I said, got a lot to talk about here. First things first, how are you? Let's start with Chris, because I feel like you have more to complain about.
Every day is a gift. I might be moving to York, Pennsylvania, as it is where I am now, and my car may be dead. So, it's a short drive to Scranton Wilkes-Barre, so I might be out on the Sabres and in on the AHL. Here we are.
Close enough to Philly, though, isn't it? That if we,
I could never do that.
Okay, I was gonna say if we ever make the, if that's how it lines up in the playoffs, you could go maybe check out a playoff game if you're still there in a couple of weeks.
I'll climb in Logan Stanley's suitcase and get back to Buffalo.
I'll Ryan, we'll get to how you're doing real quick. I don't think I've ever at least told my Philly playoff story on the podcast. I may have told either of you guys off air before, but so I went to was it round one of 05-06? Yeah, I believe it was round one where we played Philly. I went to a game. Me and my buddy drove on a whim, got pretty decent seats on eBay of all places. I had that's back in the day where you got tickets on eBay and like had to I was like bidding on them last second, got good deals. That's pre SubHub, and we went there. It was, I mean, you know what you hear from Philly fans or about Philly and about Philly fans until you get there, and you guys both know I am loud, obnoxious, and not quiet. I tried to even reel me in a little bit because it was bad. I mean, we got drilled all game with like full beers, like hit over the head with just everything. They won that game. It was one of the two games that Philly won that series. But the last minute, my whole section were chanting dead men walking to me and my buddies, like about walking back to our cars. We had security come up, and security was like, hey, if you guys will take your jerseys off, we will at least escort you to the outside and then you're good. And I was like, fuck you, dude. I'm not taking off my buddy. My buddy was like 6'2" and immediately was like going to take off his jersey. I was like, dude, you could go with them. I'm not taking off my fucking jersey. I'm a Sabres fan. I'm going. So they refused to walk with us. It was a really tough walk back to the car. No physical violence, a lot of promising of it. We get back to my car. They tore off both of my New York State license plates off the car. I had to drive back from Philly with no license plates because they tore them off. Yeah, my Chevy Cavalier did not do well. I did get pulled over on the way home and told the story, and the guy let me go because of how true the story he knew it had to be. But long story short, Philly fucking sucks.
Listen, the biggest problem I have with that story is the security guard who made it a condition that you take off the jersey to escort you. What the fuck is up with that? I mean, the whole point of escorting somebody out is because they're wearing the, I mean, isn't that kind of part of the thing? I can't figure that out. It's like, hey, listen, I'll walk you out if you take your jersey off. Like, bro, just do it anyways.
They couldn't save Santa Claus in Eagles Stadium back in '79. You think they can save Lou and his buddy wearing Sabres sweaters in 2006?
Yeah.
Come on
they
now.
did not.
These are unsavory people in Philadelphia.
They really are. They are.
Italians.
I mean, they everything that you've heard over the time. It's like they almost take pride in being the biggest piece of shit in the world. Like they know their reputation. They're like, we got to keep this going. I know that I probably didn't help. I remember at one point turning around and being like, you don't know where I'm from. And then 4 big guys right behind me stood up and I was like, right here in my seat. I'm going to turn back around and watch this game. All right. But I talked a big game. It was fun. Would have liked to win. All right. So first things first, I think the most important thing of this podcast to talk about is the Cinderella story of Mets has died a little bit since the last episode. The streak is broken. A couple games of the anti-Metza people being maybe proven a little bit right. I think the biggest issue here altogether is that they do not feel comfortable with that third pairing, no matter where that ends up. Let's start with you, Chris, on just the Metza thing. And where do you feel like they'll end up at game 1 of the playoffs for that third pairing?
In defense of Metza a little bit, the streak did end in the game that nobody showed up to. It's not like he was glaringly bad on defense. They were all bad all through the 6. I have absolutely zero clue where this bottom pair is going to wind up, except it feels like Stanley is the safest one, ? I don't know. I know I listened to Lindy on the radio this morning where he was just kind of in classic vague Lindy fashion, just kind of like, well, we've got I think he said they've got 5 guys that they feel comfortable for any matchup with, which is a huge lie. I have no idea where it winds up, except Stanley's going to be a part of it. And out of these last 4 games, whoever winds up in and has the best showing.
Ryan, before you answer the question, you missed out because of my dumb Philly story. I didn't even get to ask you how you're doing. How you doing tonight? Start there. And then you can go in there. But make sure you let us know. We want to know how you're doing. I feel like that's important to, this is sometimes just a day for us to talk to people. So, let me know how you're doing first before you answer.
Well, I was doing great until I found out that Chris is going to be moving out of the area. He's going to be going to Scranton Wilkes-Barre games where, of course, Brian Rust cut his teeth in the old A. I'm having a great day. You know what? Metza is I don't think they're going to trust him, unfortunately. And I think Lindy does, maybe more so than the upper management. I think they're kind of the ones that have identified that spot as needing replacement. And I think it's because of their prediction that when playoff hockey comes around, it's going to look a lot more like yesterday's game than it is, some of the past games. But to me, you're making a mistake if you're not putting a puck mover with Stanley. I think Stanley is fine in isolated environments and when he's surrounded by the right people. Now, that's not necessarily something you want to say about a guy you sent assets to acquire, but here we are. I think he is he's played better, obviously, since the initial first couple games. But I just think that his best spot is not with Luke Shen, which is what I think they're going to end up doing. I think it's with Metza or somebody else who can actually move the puck.
Few things here. One, I saw Stanley today in person, and dude, that dude's a monster. Even Shen is built like a pit bull. Like Shen, I saw them both today at the hotel that they are staying at. I won't say where, but and shit, like Stanley's obviously like a tree, but Shen is just his whole head is just it looks like just like a pit bull out of that you're totally scared of. He looks intimidating. He's also 55, but I think he looked fine yesterday. But I don't think that that's the reason why he got in the lineup. I think it's very clear that he got in the lineup for the physicality aspect of things. And I think he produced there. He had a couple big hits. He didn't look brutal defensively, which is a win.
Sorry, can I just say I feel like Stanley missed his calling. He literally looks like he should be in like a 1960s like Dracula film or something. He's like in a black and white. Like he would be perfect as Herman Munster or whatever.
Absolutely, he is. Yeah, he is definitely a monster. Or what's the dude's name from Addams Family? Lurch. He can be a Lurch for sure.
Yeah, Lurch is perfect,
dude. If he's not Lurch,
his post hockey plans are to work on the Haunted Mansion ride as the butler who greets you. Good evening.
Well, it didn't help during his first, the first time they're introducing this guy is when he's in the broadcast booth. These guys wearing like a cable neck sweater from 1998. That's just like a mile long because the guy has the biggest torso I've ever seen. It's just like a bad look, guys. He needs a stylist or something.
Dude, I imagine that friggin' Haunted Mansion scene so well, like just a little red top hat with the red. I know exactly. Like I pictured it right away. And they always have that guy in that first scene, like that first cue that's like, come in. It's just him just being all creepy in that outfit. Oh my God, that's so great. I think that they keep on. I think they spend these next 4 games doing, I would imagine you're going to see 4 different pairings. I would bet, maybe I'm wrong, but I would bet pretty heavily that you see Kesselring at least in one of these 4 games. Especially if we get to like the last game and there's not like anything really to play for seeding wise. I wonder if that might be it, but I wonder if you don't get him in before that.
Just keep an eye on his follows on Instagram. Just see when he's back following the Sabres.
I'm again 4 games left, and I do think this is going to be a every game thing's different for the last 4 weeks, and it might switch a lot in the playoffs too. Here's where I've landed. I think I've landed on Stanley and Timmins because when you talk about that group of Timmins, Shen, Metza, and Kesselring, it's who does something great to me. And Timmins is a great penalty killer, great shot blocker. Of course, 5-on-5 is not, but I think I think the advantage of his penalty killing skills is what's going to separate him from that group as far as a justification from Lindy. We'll see. I'm like a little excited about like a Kesselring like retribution story. He comes in because he needs to because of an injury or something. He's just awesome. He's the guy we thought we got would be incredible. I just hope he gets that opportunity, to be honest.
This is just very fitting coming from a guy who owned a Mike Wilson 34 jersey. He's a sucker for this type.
He's
100%.
due.
100%. One thing I'll take credit for here a little bit. I think you guys may have been at least with me most of the time, or at least indifferent for it. But one thing I've pressed through the year is that I thought this would eventually, especially when it came to playoff time, be UPL's job. That seems to be what's happened here over the last 2 weeks. I think it's I think it could go quickly the other way. If he has a bad game or two, I don't think that they'll, not be quick to move him for Lion in a playoff game. But thoughts on UPL kind of taking over here towards the end of the season, Ryan?
I think it's good for the team for there to be a guy to maybe be playing like a real number one. I think throughout the course of the season, it was really good having two, and I think maybe at one point 3 guys you could say you could reasonably trust in there. But now that we're getting down to playoff series, it's very uncommon to split those games. I mean, that's not happening. So yeah, I think UPL has really cemented himself as maybe not starting every single game, but if he has a slip up, I do think he probably has bought himself a little bit of time here with his play as of late. And I think that's good for the team. Like I said, if Lion needs to step in as a pinch, I think that's really what he's best suited to do. But if you really want to make some noise in the playoffs, you need a number one goalie and you need someone clicking, and he's doing that at the right time. So I'm very happy to see that.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm in agreement with that. I think when we talked about him earlier, it was that when he locks in, he is, that 2 seasons ago where from the All-Star break to the end of the year, he was the best goalie in the league outside of Hellebuck, and I think for a young team in the playoffs, having a go-to guy, we have to switch up communication styles game to game. You go in with the same thing over and over. I think that's going to be good for the team overall. I agree with that. He definitely bought himself a little bit of rope if he has a rough one. Lion had that weird thing earlier in the year too, where he had that stutter step of a few games and then he got hurt, and Ellis was in with UPL and they ran for a little while. And when he came back, he was good. So maybe, him having a couple of tough games, getting back into, the backup role, working on himself a little bit, and they'll be okay for the playoffs. I like the number one with UPL though.
Yeah, my point through the whole season has just basically been like, I just thought his ceiling, his ability to take over a game was greater than Lion's. I thought Lion was, maybe more steady and consistent. It seems like he doesn't fit that head case of that some goalies end up fitting. That he seems like he's pretty even keeled. I love I don't know if you guys saw in the Chaos podcast there with Blackburn, but he was on there and he was like, I hope UPL wins every game for the rest of the year, and I hope he goes to win 16 more in the playoffs, and I'll be his biggest fan. Like, he's the most supportive, coolest personality that the team has, and I think that's just such a good thing to have behind UPL, where maybe if it was more of a head case guy, a guy that was unhappy that he lost out on the job, a little bit more vocal or competitive, maybe that's not as good for UPL, who seems to need to be maybe pampered a little bit. So go ahead.
As Chris says, it always comes back to the power of friendship. It's still evident here.
It is 100%. Speaking of, this was just one thing I might mention later, but speaking of the power of friendship, there's zero chance these rumors of Kevin Adams in Toronto is true, right? Like, there is no way that a team could be. But what's the first thing he says in that interview? Go look at this team I just built. He has that. Mm-hmm. He could say that. He might have built the Stanley Cup winning roster. Thoughts? I see, Chris, you're chomping at the bit.
He did build a roster here that absolutely hated him and felt much better when he was gone. But because the dollar is so weak right now, the exchange on friendship and the power that it provides is through the roof. So not only are you getting Kevin Adams, you're getting Eric Stahl, you're getting Jordan Stahl, you're getting the other Stahl that I can't remember right now. You're getting Mark Stahl. You're getting 3 Stalls and an Adams for the price of 1.5 of those. Now, it does mean we cannot make Eric Stahl our blood sacrifice for the playoffs, but good luck to him. Toronto seems to be enough of a dumpster fire right now where they will go, yeah, that seems like a good idea.
It just hit me that the Hughes brothers are the modern day Stalls, because you have Mark Stahl and who's the Luke Hughes, both ass. There's no reason they should be in the league. And then the other 2 brothers are actually good. So that just actually hit me. I think Kevin Adams definitely deserves another shot. We were so wrong about the guy. He was a genius. And listen, if it leads, you know what, he should take the Edmonton job, and then it'll end up with McDavid getting sent to Buffalo. Find a way. We'll say, listen, we'll send you the biggest piece in the JJ Paterka trade, Kesselring, along.
You kind of making a joke, but you brought up a
Matthews.
secondary question. Yeah, let's just play the game. Let's play fun. Let's say he gets it. Would the Sabres be automatically eliminated because of spite, or would they be a favorite because there's a lot of players on this team that he drafted and might like and want? So what would your thought be on that? Would he be 0 chance I'm working with Yarmo, or man, I want my guys? Chris?
He feels like he likes his guys, but can we just for a moment step aside and just say he could barely handle the 3 hockey reporters in Buffalo. Imagine him dealing with the Toronto media. Yeah. It would be incredible. That alone, I would keep 4 names and let him take anyone else off the roster for Matthews. Just to watch that.
Right.
Yeah, I'm picturing him trying to get in with Drake or something, and he's using Drake in all of his pitches to players. Hey, listen, did you hear we have Drake in Toronto? No palm trees here, but I don't know. Listen, if he ends up getting a job, which I highly doubt he's moving right into. I mean, Tim Murray was banished from the NHL after he took the job here. I know it's different circumstances, but I don't think Kevin Adams just drops in. If anything, he's an AGM somewhere. He works his way back up. But I highly doubt he's walking into a GM position, even though he maybe should.
Sabres go this is a quick transition, sorry, but Sabres goes 3-4 since our last episode. Probably the first time since November that they've lost more than they won in between episodes. Not the best 2 weeks. Listen, they've played teams that are playing hungry, needing to win games to make the playoffs or stay in the playoffs. I want to kind of forgive them about that. I kind of want to think that they've been playing at this high level for months, and they're getting ready and prepped for the playoffs to see what that looks like. They've taken some maintenance days. They're trying to figure out this third defensive pair that's been kind of flip-flopping every game. Thoughts on kind of this little downturn here those last 2 weeks, and does it give you any reason for worry, Rye?
this is going to sound like insane levels of cope, but I truly believe that this was a good thing for the team. And my reasoning is this: you can't expect them to keep up that clip through the playoffs, like just running at just a ridiculous rate.
Yep.
I kind of need them and want them to feel some adversity again, to maybe need to correct some things before a playoff series starts. I know it's a 7-game series, but that can get away from you really quickly if you're not playing your top game. So again, this might be just the new level of cope, but I truly believe it's a good thing for a team to go through something like that, because then it might reveal what you need to work on, right? And get ready to do that for the playoffs. So identify the weakness and say we're gonna correct this before we get into a playoff series. So I think it's a good thing.
I can't wait to just mesh that statement into like one that you made in the first episode. Your growth in this year with
Tell us about
positivity.
Peyton Krebs.
Oh,
Dude,
man.
it has been insane. I mean, the first 3 episodes was everything you hated about this team, and look at you being positive and
We definitely do need to pull like a best of clips from the beginning of the season, and like compare them. I mean, that would be we'll, I'm sure have some gems, but yeah, I've grown. I've seen the light, and it's Zach Metza.
Thoughts, Chris, on the last couple weeks?
So, me, Mr. Positivity, I was a little down on it. I was what concerns me about the last couple of weeks, and yesterday was a good refresher on that. There was another game in there where they, after they had dropped the couple, they came back and they won one. They got away from their game. They were starting undisciplined. Guys are looking to get into scraps. They were doing things that they shouldn't be doing. Now, we love when the guys stand up for each other. Don't get me. I'm not saying just back down, but they were not playing the way they were playing for 3 months. And it was clear in the game that their heads were not in the right space for it. And I do think it's a good time, week and a half out from the playoffs, get some of that, see that it's not going to work for you. Play your game when you get to the playoffs. I think they'll recover from it. I think they'll be okay. But I was a little concerned going into the Tampa game yesterday with how they've been.
Well, I'm gonna side. I'm gonna hear both your arguments. I'm gonna side with Ryan here. I'm gonna try to go on the side of optimism here that this might work out good. I think that it is a form of coping, but I do also want to really include the fact that I think it's impressive. I think that Lindy is doing the cycling with this third pairing, not so much caring about how this seeding might turn out here over the next couple weeks, and more concerned about getting his team ready for a Stanley Cup run. And I think that's impressive, because I think he could have just been like, no, these are my 2 guys, and we got to be at our best every game. We got to get all these points to be at the top of the seat. Like, I think he's doing this defensive thing, and I think that really is the biggest part of this. One thing I hate to even put too much on losing a 4th line guy, but I mean, the Carrick injury hurts this team. He was becoming an important part. I mean, scored more goals in his short time here with Buffalo than he did the whole season with the Rangers. So he was even showing a little scoring touch. But that 4th line, we talked about it last week, or the last time we were here, is just like they were going, man. And this kind of, now this puts a Dunn or a Kozak in your lineup. That's, not an NHL player. It's not it is a big thing. I'm hoping that he's a hockey player and finds his way back in the lineup for the playoffs. But
Do you think Dunn grows a playoff beard or just a playoff goatee? Does he stick with the really annoying goatee? I can't
He
stand that
switches
guy.
it to a Fu Manchu.
Oh, nice. All right, I'd actually support that.
he started too late because he didn't think he was going to be playing any playoff games. And as soon as Kirk went out, he goes, "Oh shit, can't shave today. I gotta."
So just speaking about like the seating and stuff, I agree. I would rather the coach want to be planning for a Stanley Cup run, but man, I want the banner. I want give me the Atlantic Division. We're better than Tampa. I know it's only a couple games left and we still need some things to go our way, but we're tied at regulation and overtime wins. So we're really not that far out. What's the out of town scoreboard tonight? What's the Ottawa Lightning game at right now?
Ottawa's going to win. They're up 5-2.
Yes,
so
let's go.
We'll get our game back in hand. Tampa will lose. Red Wings are 15 seconds away from beating the Blue Jackets, which would pretty much probably not eliminate, but make the Blue Jackets pretty hard and kind of put the Red Wings back in. Hurricanes were up 5-3 on the Bruins, and Bruins just came back late in the third to tie that. So
Florida,
Canadians
what's
just
Florida
tied
doing?
The Panthers. Canadians just tied them. 21 seconds left.
Oh man.
Oh
man, it was 3-2
right there.
3-2 Panthers. And I'm
Who
not
scored the
seeing
goal?
That,
Was
I'm
it
not seeing
Caulfield?
Montreal scoring. You saw it already? I'm not getting that up.
Yeah, it just popped up.
That sucks. Yeah, that would have been a nice. Oh, and the Blue Jackets score. Fantilli scored with 17 seconds left, so that's fun. I mean, that overtime will be for one of them to kind of stay in the race. I think whoever loses that point will be.
Listeners of the show may remember we called out the Red Wings, I think, as kind of the frauds of the group. Maybe a handful of weeks back. I think they were. I just felt like they were the team that was going to most fall off, and they kind of have.
Yep.
Nick Suzuki tied things up for the Canadians.
Man, that's a big goal for that. I mean, that's just that's scary. I don't know. Are you really stressing about whether or not we have home ice against Montreal? I just like the matchup, so I don't think I really care about the
I need home ice.
Yeah.
I don't need it, but man, do I want that first playoff game to be at home, because
I know, like, can you just imagine coming back down to 0-2 or something, it just takes away from 14 years of waiting, and they come back for down 0-2. Nobody wants it. Everyone's selling their tickets for half off. It's brutal. That's a good transition. There's so much more left that I want to talk about here, but because I want to do, we'll get there. We just talked tickets. Let's do that. We've a lot of discourse on how they've done the ticket thing. I talked about how with my 5-game pack, I was a little disappointed that they kind of made me feel like I was going to get as much access as I wanted to playoff tickets, like a season ticket holder would. They kind of pulled the okey doke on that. So, Chris, I know you. So you guys get your seats as season ticket holders, and then you had the option of buying 3 more tickets for 1 game each round, correct?
Yeah, and we didn't want 3 tickets, and we couldn't buy just 2 tickets, so we wound up getting no extra tickets.
What? Dude, what is going on? Why didn't you tell me this? Oh man, really? Yeah, the 3.
It was also they send the link out, and I was not manning the link. My season ticket holder partner was, but an hour and a half before they went live, he was already the 1,000th person in line in our group. And we were the 2nd tier group from full season ticket holders because they had us in our half seasons for this year.
Okay.
We were before the people for next year.
Gotcha.
But
I see what you're saying.
It's not the worst thing in the world, but it wasn't great for the first time back. It wasn't an exciting experience. Like, at least we're going.
Yeah.
We got our tickets. We're locked in. But it would have been nice to have a couple more people with us. But here we are.
With that, I expected that the season ticket holders would have cleared out before we even got a chance this pre-sale that they promised us.
Mm-hmm.
This morning, they sent us the pre-sale code, and an updated, plan is that we were going to be able to buy 3 tickets for 1 game each round. And when I went in, right to game 1, nothing. Game 7, nothing. Now I'm like rushing through games 3 and 4. I get into game 3. There was like 3 seats. Legitimately, I'm almost on the glass because that was all that was like left. You had to pay a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, let's just buy the 3. There was like 2 together and 1 single one. We were going to sell the single one anyways. Like, let's get the 3. We'll sell the single ticket and maybe, at least get some of the money back that we paid for the 2. And then we're guaranteed that we're going to go to 1 game every round. Hopefully, if we get lucky, like we did this morning, we get 1 game around. And if it turns out to be free, because we kind of flipped the 3rd one into enough money to pay for our 2, then maybe we StubHub or do last second tickets. I think what I'm going to do almost every home game is go down to Canal Side, and I'll be checking out StubHub right until about 15 minutes into the first period to see if I could get in cheap. But if not, just hang out at Canal Side. I think Canal Side's going to have more people than inside the arena. Do you think I'm crazy?
It's going to be nuts,
right? I don't think that I'm crazy to think that. I think there's going to be 20,000 people outside.
Yep. Sounds right.
Do you remember what the numbers were when people like projected the party in the plaza? Because I think even back then they were like 8,000 that like even fit in the party in the plaza. So like,
don't you remember how bad I am at this game of estimating?
Yeah. You can definitely not guess. You are not good at the jelly beans game, are you?
No, terrible at that.
Jelly beans are hard to jar. You're like,
there's not 2 million jelly beans in this thing. No.
Yeah. So I won't ask you that, but I think easily that they could get 20,000 for. I mean, I love that they're doing it down there. Yeah. Any thoughts to add to that, Chris, or anything?
No, I'm excited. Hopefully some good weather. If not, I don't give a shit because I'm going to be inside the arena for all of the games that are played in Buffalo. So fuck you losers at the party in the plaza and Canal Side. I got mine.
Are you wait? So you're going to be in for every game, or because
we're in for every game in our regular seats.
Okay, but aren't you sharing those with your or you two going to every game? And
we're us two are going to every game. My wife is out.
Yeah, eliminating the guest part. That's the smart.
Yes,
that's the smart way. I like that. All right, I don't want to not get here. So, oh wait, no, we'll do this. First. This has been like my biggest thing that I thought about for the last 3 to 4 weeks, because this is what makes me happy. Emotions, and I still through the 14 years will pull up the Better Days video, the opening video to the playoffs in 05-06, because it still makes me cry. It still is nostalgia. I love it. Thoughts on what they do this year in that video? Is it going to be Goo Goo Dolls themed? What is going to bring tears to my eye? Game 1, 10 minutes before the game starts, they play that video. What's it look like, Chris?
I'm hoping that they do a reenactment of the Dire Straits Money for Nothing video and have Tage Thompson and Rasmus Dahlin in big cube suits delivering a refrigerator. It's what I want. It's what I want.
I love
that ain't working. That's the way you do it. All right.
What? And it's just those two. No one else is in it. That's just
No one else.
That's it.
Nope.
It's just I love it.
All right.
I don't know if that would bring me to tears. Rise is your idea.
All right,
make
I'm gonna-
me cry?
We'll see. We'll find out. I'm going to paint this picture for you. So, very much like Corona commercial vibes. All right. So just picture this. There's you're zooming in on a beach chair. It's the back of this guy's head, and you zoom in, and it goes around to the front, and it's Kevin Adams, and he's sitting there. He's got two palm trees in the background, and he starts reading mean tweets that everyone sent about him earlier on in the season about how it was a shitty GM. And then they're just like, he's reading them. He's got this big shit-eating grin on his face, and then they pan over, and it's Eric Stahl just sitting right next to him in a beach chair, and they just cheers the Corona glass, and then they're just like, "Game on, baby! Like, let's go." I think that would fire me up.
Love it.
This is where I want it to end. I love that idea, but I want it to end with them waking up in bed together. And Kevin Adams is like, dude, I just had the craziest dream. and then it just cuts to the Sabres success thing. That's great.
No. Kevin Adams shoots awake in bed.
Yeah.
You don't know they're in bed together.
Yes,
and then Eric Stahl, you see a hand on his shoulder. It's Eric Stahl, and he goes, "The palm trees again."
That's so great. So good. Yeah, I don't like that they did that RJ thing on X, because I imagine that this is going to be something with RJ. So maybe they just show that and then they have another one or something like that. Or maybe, because I think you got to put Jenneretta into this a little bit. But hear me out, right? This is what it's just a little bit of dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 right, that hits the Rocky music, and then you just cuts the Miguel Samuelson just eating 20 hot dogs in the off season. That off season weight program that we've talked about through the whole thing. You just show them all just eating hoagies all off season. All it is Rocky music and them eating for 3 months in the summer last year. And that was it. That's what changed. It wasn't the Yarmo move. It wasn't Kevin Adams. What changed was that they all gained weight in the offseason. Muscle, I think that's what
Leave it to the greaseball Italian to make it about food. Are you sure you aren't in Philly right now?
Yeah, these Philly people really got you.
Theme.
They did. All right. You know what I want to do is, we had so much fun with the power rankings in the beginning of the year. And I know we're going to have a little bit more than 16 because there's some teams in the left. I will eliminate some teams from it. Let's just do like the top 20 so far eliminated: Maple Leafs, Panthers, Rangers. We'll throw Jersey on that list. They're very unlikely. We'll throw Capitals on that list. Let's see. We'll throw whoever loses this Detroit Columbus game. See if I get an update there on the eliminated list. They're in a shootout. And we'll keep everybody down to Winnipeg in the West, even though I think that's unlikely. But we'll keep Winnipeg in the West. So that's 3 extra teams. It's 11. And then in the East, we got what? All right. So we're going to be at like 20. 2 extra teams in the East. So that's 10, 11. All right, 21. So let's do 21 teams. We could just say loser of Red Wings, Blue Jackets, seeing that we're not there. Anybody want to throw out the worst team that's left in the quote unquote playoff race? An idea? Start there.
I know they're going to be out west.
Sorry, I should have told you to pull up standings and before I hit you with this, but I'll throw in the first name and you guys can tell me where you. My suggestion would, if I'm gonna keep Winnipeg in it, I guess I would probably put them at 21 because I don't think it's very likely that they make it. But
sure,
good with that. All right, let's do that. 20th. 20th.
I'm usually agreeable to most things, but this, it's just too far. I will not agree to Winnipeg being 21.
You know what? Let's move them up.
Yeah, fuck this. No, it's not going to be.
Hellebuck might turn it on. Finally.
Yes. Yeah.
To close out the season.
If you want me to get hot takey, I could put Vegas here at 20 because, and I know, Chris, you'd probably agree with me. I won't get hot takey. A 20, I think, needs to be Nashville. This is funny because I do think I'm going to stay in the West here for a few of these, but
yeah,
Nashville, anybody pushing back on that?
No.
I think that's right. Now who's next? You would be I don't want to put the Sharks in that conversation. I think the Sharks are going to make it, and I think they're going to be scary. That's my team that I think I have sneaking in. I shouldn't say that. I want them to be the team that sneaks in, but they're there. They have the game in hand and 2 points back, and right there with regulation wins. So they have a path. I want to see them there, so I'm not ready to put them there. I kind of like the Kings a little bit too. Maybe I will go to the East. I'll go with whoever loses this.
Detroit
game, because I don't like either of those teams that much. Is it Detroit that lost? You're saying?
I don't know. I'm just saying Detroit.
It's shootout. But yeah, whoever loses that game, sure. I'm sorry, whoever wins that game, because whoever loses is out. But we'll still put the winner of that game out. I don't want to put San Jose yet.
This is a really great bit.
Sorry. All right. Go next. You're probably Kings, Islanders, Vegas.
Get Vegas out of here. They're being mean to Aiden Hill.
You pushing back at that all right? They've been brutal. I mean, they really have been.
They've been brutal most of the year. I don't know how they won any games because I have watched. They're on TNT all the time in the late night slot. I've probably watched them play like 10 times this year. I don't think I've ever seen them win a game.
Yeah, I'm fine with putting them here, but it's only because they really fucked up by not just going with Vegas Knights. Like, how do you fuck that up and you call yourself the Golden Knights? Why? What is a Golden Knight? It's so stupid. You could still be gold and call yourself the Vegas Knights. I hate it. Yes, put them here.
I wonder if DeBoer was on the like if he said no to them before they went to Tortorella, because obviously he gets the Islanders job like a week later. Still, that we didn't talk about that at all. Crazy that two almost playoff teams fire their coach, the week before. But that leads me to, I think my next team to kick out would either be the Kings or the Islanders. I don't think changing the coach is going to make the Islanders better, but thoughts there?
I'll boot the Islanders over the Kings because that is just going to be some boring hockey.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, I love Schaefer. He's a revelation back there, and they have some nice pieces, but they are boring and they don't have any offensive power. And it's just Shesterkin back there making saves, or what is it? Sorokin? No, Sorokin. Yeah.
It's him and Schaefer that are that team.
That's it.
They've carried him. They've carried him long enough. All right, now we're probably at options of Kings, Mammoth, Sharks.
Oh yeah,
or any of the Eastern Conference current playoff teams. Mammoth.
Yeah.
I mean, they're in a playoff spot?
Yeah, they're in the first wild card.
I also hate the Mammoth. I mean, what are we? That logo looks like it was created. Do you remember in EA, EA college football, the early days, you could create a team called like the Tiburons. Every time I see the Mammoth logo, I think of the Tiburons. It's just a terrible, like, where the fuck did you get that? Anyways. Yes, I hate that.
They are third in the Western Conference in regulation wins. I'm probably Kings, but I'll defer to you on Mammoth there. But I think I would go. What would you do, Chris? There,
I mean, they're borderline interchangeable for me.
All right. I think that's right. We'll go Mammoth because Ryan said it first. Kings. And then do we want to go Sharks or do we want to go any of the Eastern Conference playoff teams? Or then in Western Conference, the two teams that remain, Edmonton and Anaheim. I'm ready for Edmonton whenever you guys are. You know that.
Oh, the number one team in the Pacific Division you want to put all the way down here, who's climbing up the ranks, going to have themselves in a number one spot?
They don't have more points than any Eastern Conference playoff team.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything.
That means
let's
something.
throw the Sharks down there because I hope they make it in.
The playoffs. I know
I hope they make it in. There's nothing I want more than to watch Macklin Celebrini get 1.54 points per game in a losing effort where the team gets swept. You know?
Yeah. I think that might happen, but I'm pulling for it. I want them to get in, and I don't know necessarily. I mean, I guess they would have to play Colorado, which you probably are right then, but I don't know. Has Colorado been great? They're
number one team in the league. Have they been great?
Have not been good the last 2 months. They've been sputtering more than the Sabres the last 2 months.
It's really just the Makar injury he's going to be back, so I'm not worried about them in the slightest.
All right, so now we are down to Anaheim, Edmonton, Minnesota, Dallas, Colorado, and then all 8 teams in the East. I'm ready for the Flyers.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're still on the outside looking in, right?
No, they're in the third spot now.
Oh, they're in the third spot now?
They're in the third spot in the division. They move. I mean, they're out of the wild card, so they put themselves in a good position tonight with the win. I mean, they've been hot. I just don't think that's a great hockey team.
I think they're going to just have problems on the back end. I love their forwards. Like they have Forster, they have Zagreus. I mean, they have some really talented guys. I mean, obviously Michkov has kind of made a resurgence lately. He's kind of been a little bit of a disappointment, but then Martone, he's nice. So yeah, I like Philly, but yeah, I think they probably fit here.
JJ Peterka heard that Mammoth hate and scored a goal. He's up. They're up there. Canadians do end up beating the Panthers in a shootout, and Jackets beat the Red Wings in a shootout. All but pretty much, I think, eliminating the Red Wings here. All right, so now we are down to the top 3 in our division: Carolina, Pittsburgh, Boston, Ottawa, Anaheim, Edmonton. I'm Edmonton. I think Anaheim's better.
Pittsburgh is me.
I don't hate Pittsburgh. Chris, you break that up.
We know you don't hate Pittsburgh. What would Brian Rust say?
I'm saying I don't hate. I don't hate getting Pittsburgh out of here. You break the tie though.
Oh, let's get Pittsburgh out of here. Enough of them. They're old. They're tired.
All right, someone scream.
Crosby's playing hurt.
Yeah, I don't.
Malkin is a psychopath now.
They keep winning, but I don't like it either. But that could be right now. It'd be Pittsburgh, Philly, which would be a lot of fun. First round, those two. All right, somebody throw a name out.
Carolina.
0 chance. I'm gonna give
Ottawa.
you a better answer. Fuck. All right.
Actually, no.
I said the first two.
How about Anaheim?
All right. I'd much rather do Anaheim. So Anaheim.
I forgot
I'll go
about
Ottawa.
Anaheim.
I'll go Ottawa here with you after that. So I'll keep Ryan out of that one. Rye, throw a name out. Do not say Carolina. Okay. I'm gonna fight you again. I'll say Boston here. Chris, you pick one of those.
Sure, Boston.
Yeah, I mean, as long as Ryan keeps on saying he keeps on saying Carolina. Why? Go ahead. Stick up for your. Are you being cute or
no? Why? What are you scared of? What are you afraid of?
We're the best team in the NHL.
No, they're not.
I think they're the best team in the NHL right now. They're
not by points. Not by.
No, they're the team that scares me the most for the playoffs.
Okay. Why? Because you have a something you never got over in 06, 07 or something? Like, come on. Is it Kevin
No.
Adams coming back?
No,
You know,
they're just solid. They're just a solid team.
No.
But
no, they're not.
so I'm not going there yet. We went Boston. All right. Did we get rid of Pittsburgh?
Sure.
Yeah, we already did. We already
Okay,
did.
we did, right? Okay, we did. So now we are down to
Carolina.
Tampa, Buffalo, Montreal, Carolina, Edmonton, Minnesota, Dallas. So we're down to the final 8. It's got to be Edmonton here. They are not good. I know the bit. I know you guys are going to fucking push them to the top, and I'm going to fight you.
All right, fine. It's
end the
fine.
streak.
It's to Chris, it's either Edmonton or Carolina. He gets to pick.
You motherfuckers. You motherfuckers. Chris.
Carolina beat it.
Yeah, let's go. They fucking suck, dude. Aho Netchess or whatever the fuck his name is. Who the fuck are you worried about with them?
Edmonton. I'm saying Edmonton for 7.
Oh, Edmonton, who just scored a goal on your beloved Utah Mammoth, taking the lead 2-1. Connor McDavid himself getting ready for the playoffs.
You're not
getting ready to be a top-ranked team in the playoffs.
I cannot wait until you tell me the team you want to keep over Edmonton right now, because the top 6 is the top 6 in the NHL.
Minnesota.
Carolina was supposed to.
Minnesota.
No, dude, it's gonna be a Carolina Minnesota fucking final. That is the final. Those are the 2 best.
Oh, no faith in Buffalo, huh? Okay, we see what kind of fair weather fan you are.
I don't have faith, but I do. I think they'll win a round.
I'm glad you didn't get playoff tickets.
Edmonton or Minnesota, Chris?
Edmonton.
Oh, come on.
Thank you.
I want to wrap this bit up.
He's like, I'm done with it.
It's not even a bit. They're not even.
Minnesota.
I know.
Dallas.
No, I think that Edmonton will do better in the playoffs than Minnesota will, but Louis going to cry soon.
You really think so? I do not.
I really think so.
We have all the Atlantic teams and all the Central teams. So Colorado, Dallas, Minnesota, Tampa Bay,
Minnesota,
Buffalo, Canadians. Minnesota. Brian, you're going to say Minnesota. So there's 6.
No, he's not. We're fighting now.
Rye, you agree with Minnesota?
Yes, Minnesota.
All right. I'm going to say Canadians.
I'm going to say Dallas.
Chris.
They're also the best team in the NHL. How could you say that?
Chris, you're the tiebreaker.
I'm saying Dallas over Montreal right now.
Wow. All right. Dallas. So we got Colorado and the Atlantic teams. I'm going Canadians.
I feel good about the Canadians here.
Damn, this would have been Tampa for me. I think Canadians are better than Tampa, but anyways.
All right, I'll let you say Tampa. Chris, you say the second team or agree with him?
I agree with Tampa here.
Are we really put the Sabres too? I'll go
We'll
Colorado.
put the Sabres 1, baby. I don't. Let's not get out of
it. Listen, there's other teams I would have put in front of, but if it's just Colorado and Buffalo, I'm gonna say Colorado here to be eliminated and Buffalo number 1.
Yes.
You guys
is that where we're
teams I would have put ahead of them.
Sure.
Do
whatever.
Buffalo.
I don't even know what we're doing right now.
If you guys remember the preseason power rankings, I was trying to get us to push Buffalo all the way up, and everyone was saying, no, let's keep them down.
I cannot believe that we just. I can't believe we have Buffalo as the number 1 team left.
This is a Buffalo Sabres podcast, Lou. What is the point of doing this if we don't think they're the best?
We started hating them. We started this podcast by hating them.
And then they won us over through the power of friendship and brotherly love and delicious, delicious food.
Speaking of which, did you see Kevin Adams try to be like our podcast and get an arena employee fired? Did you see that he tried to blame the guy that
John Cooper, you mean?
Sorry, yeah, John Cooper. Who did I say? Tortorella?
Kevin Evans, you said.
Oh, did I say Kevin Evans? Sorry. Yeah, John Cooper, where he blamed the guy in the penalty box for that injury. Watching it, I mean, that's a huge fuck up. But for calling for some dude's job that is probably making $100 a night, that was kind of a lot.
I'm ready to represent that guy and argue that actually it provided a little extra give. So, you know, it would have been worse if it hadn't happened. So
I kind of like, you're joking, but I kind of had that same feeling. I was like, wait, you wanted his head to hit harder?
yeah.
I think that
I'm sorry, I opened the door slightly.
To have it hurt a little less, you know, what do you want?
I think the way that they're justifying that the dumb Tampa fans is because it opened his shoulder, like went into like the edge, but whatever. They're all fucking losers.
Just quickly, I know we're running out of time, but how in the world can anyone vote for John Cooper over Lindy Ruff for Coach of the Year? That is the biggest. I mean, that is a conspiracy that we need to explore. That is ridiculous. How could you make one good argument against Lindy over John Cooper?
And Buccigross had oh shit, who did he have? He had like some person. Who's guy that he had? Maybe Pittsburgh. I can't remember, but like Buccigross had somebody that like wasn't Cooper or Lindy, and I was like, what are we doing now? Are we just fucking saying things? But it sounds more and more, and I can't believe it. Like, I've said it clearly that Lindy was going to be it. It's looking like that's not trending that way. I wonder if it just doesn't come down to who wins the Atlantic. But it's so dumb that this is like the Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen thing where they're just like, oh, just give it to Josh because he hasn't won one yet. But like, in a year that I thought Lamar had better numbers than him in the first one. But I don't know. It's a weird thing that they feel like they need to get him a Coach of the Year thing. Plus, is he? Like, I don't know. He's losing this team a little bit. Like, they've been struggling.
Yeah, I think it's ridiculous.
Well, a couple things here before we close up. We are going. I maybe haven't talked about this, so maybe I do think we're going to try to do as much weekly podcast here through that we can fit in through the playoffs. I know we're going to games, watching games. There might be some opportunities to come see us live. We still are working on a couple things there. Just now we're running into playoff season, but I got a couple of those conversations. So we will share any of that if we are going to be recording live anywhere for the playoffs. But you will be seeing more of us, hopefully, and hopefully it's not just lasting one round. Hopefully we will have a couple rounds of fun here at least. I mean, we just called them the best team in the NHL, so we should be doing this weekly until late June, right? Well, for Ryan and Chris, I am Louie. Have a wonderful evening. Let's go Sabres.